Call from the Deep, Warriors of Sahanin, Shore of Dreams, Shadow Under, Heartflint Hall, Isle of the Dreaded Accursed. These are all adventures at least partly written by one of the best writers, if not the best writers in the 5th edition field right now, JVC Parry. And today he's back with a brand new adventure, Escape from Undergarden. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarask and this is still your go-to YouTube channel for everything 5th edition related, especially third-party content, and this is Escape from Undergarden from my very own buddy Joshua, or in other words, JVC Parry, a incredibly good writer. I can vouch for it because I've written an adventure with him, Isle of the Dreaded Curse, which you can buy, link in the description below, blah blah blah. Escape from Undergarden is an RPG adventure for 5th edition D&D, an adventure for D&D 5th edition which leads a party of 5th level adventurers on a quest through the enchanted forest of Undergarden. Now, there's something already that I kind of dislike about this, just like that is the pitch line, the elevator pitch, but Undergarden is actually a prison built by fey creatures, kind of druids who built this prison for people who kind of like step on sacred ground or destroy the forest or whatever. They get imprisoned in this enchanted forest and they never get out, basically. And I just wish that Joshua had put this in like his pitch line, because an enchanted forest prison or prison forest or prison enchanted forest, that just sounds really cool. That is because that is what it is. Escape from Undergarden, first of all, looks incredibly beautiful. It has, right now, it is sitting on, it is in pounds for most people. It is in pounds, 2,035 pounds out of the 8,000 pounds goal. For euros, that is a little bit different, and if you transfer it into dollars, it's also a little bit different, but that is basically where he is at, which is great because he just launched. He already has 77 backers, he still has 20 days to, oh, sorry, it's 20 days to go. It just launched, and there's something really interesting about this. So this is a adventure by JVC Parry, Joshua Parry, one of the best writers. He writes incredibly good stuff. I've reviewed almost everything he did in the past, and I've got some great things to say about the stuff that he's done in the past. And this again has one of those things. For example, Warriors of Sahanin is one of my favorite adventures that has his name on it. It has random encounters that just happen through the forest that players need to travel through. They need to travel through a forest in order to get to like the point where the actual adventure is. But all of the random encounters are not necessarily random. They actually make sense within the story. And Joshua Parry is really good in creating a self-contained story that you can almost place in almost any campaign, any fantasy campaign or whatever, but have it all make sense and have world building within that story. So we did Isle of the Dreaded Accursed together, and I had this city called Mountain Food, and he really helped me with like bringing Mountain Food to alive and have like this world building that you can place in any campaign but still has its own world building going on, and that is what he does really good. And we will look at the PDF in a bit, but Escape from Undergarden does it again, and just look at this beautiful artwork, a tier 2 5th edition adventure, which I'm really excited about. So I'm gonna talk about the premise of the adventure in a bit when I open the PDF, but basically you can get a preview of it. There's a free preview which has the introduction chapter, which gets your players to the city or like the town that everything starts in, get the quest, get a bit of information, go to the local tavern, go to some local places. All that world building that we know and love by Joshua Parry is in there, and then you can even subscribe to his newsletter, wink wink, and get the Fool's Gold Heart, which is a really short side quest that will also be in the final book that your players will be able to play whenever they're playing this adventure. So if they do it in the 4th session or the 5th session or the 1st session or like the last session, it's just a little side quest that just adds to the world building, adds to the feeling of the entire adventure, and it's really well done. By the way, there's already a YouTube channel that has done a complete like flip through of the adventure, because that is one of the things. It is already fully written, and by that I mean it is almost fully written. There's probably some text here that needs to adjust and some editing, but other than that, it is as near as finished as a Kickstarter campaign can be. So backing this, you will get the adventure pretty quick, and Joshua has a really good, it's really good at that. He does Kickstarters, he writes like the bulk 80-90% of an adventure, then he does a Kickstarter in order to be able to get like the final art in, pay for final editing, some final layouts, get the printing done and all of that stuff, and the promotion and the publishing, and that's what a Kickstarter is for, and that's what you're helping with, like making this actually a reality. So that is basically what it is. And the one thing I want to talk about is the campaign goals, the pledge levels. So you can get the PDF for £12, which is about, I guess, $13 or $14 or something like that. Then there is it's more like $13, because the soft cover and the PDF is around $24. £20, $24, maybe, something like that. And then there is the JVC Parry 5e bundle, and this is really good. Joshua is giving us a copy of Escape from Undergarden, Shadow under Heartflint Hall, which I still have to review, and Isle of the Dreaded Accursed, my very own adventure that I produced together with Joshua Parry, will be in here if you want it. Now, this is really cool. He's also doing a print bundle of Escape from Undergarden, Shadow under Heartflint Hall, and Isle of the Dreaded Accursed. Now, I've printed Isle of the Dreaded Accursed a bunch of times for people who backed it on Kickstarter. I have shipped out the last copies. Well, I'm shipping out like the last 10 or 15 today, and then everybody has their copy, all of that, and I'm not printing them again. Joshua's printing them again because he has the rights to do so, because he has written it together with me, and it's awesome that he's doing another print run. So if you want to get your hands on a print of Isle of the Dreaded Accursed, make sure to back this, because it is a cool adventure, although I say it myself, but it is a cool adventure. It's really cool to get. You can also get it through me if you only want that one, but Escape from Undergarden, Isle of the Dreaded Curse, and Shadow under Heartflint Hall print for £50, which is like $55, $56 or something like that. Let's say $60, right? Which is a really good price for some really, really, really good adventures. Like Isle of the Dreaded Cursed alone, for me, it takes like 4-5, I think. For one part, it even took like maybe 6 sessions, and my sessions are pretty long, like 4-hour sessions of play. So these adventures are not one shots or anything like that. These are really like a tier 1 or a tier 2 adventure. And other than that, just look at this artwork. There's this bear completely filled with rodents and stuff like that. And there are add-ons. You can get a map. You can get all kinds of different stuff. But let's just look at the PDF really quickly and give you an idea why it is really, really cool. Et voici, mesdames et messieurs, le PDF. Escape from Undergarden. This is the PDF that you can download from the Kickstarter campaign yourself. And there is a small adventure, a small like side quest that you can also download if you click the right button on the Kickstarter page and join JVC Parry's mailing list, which adds to Escape from Undergarden. And it is a side quest your players can do whenever they want in the story. So I'm quickly going to scroll through it, kind of like show you what it is, and kind of like give you the premise really quickly and shortly. So the whole premise around like the Undergarden prison is all like this deer you see with the golden, what is it? What are they called? I always forget what these are called, right? Well, the golden stuff on its head is basically what it's all about. This deer has been spotted in a forest, and there are druids in the forest, and the druids have always had a good understanding with the people in the nearby village or villages, right? But now that this deer has been spotted, more and more hunters are looking for this deer. But these druids are really like, there is sacred ground that you don't step on. You don't step on it, and people haven't really stepped on it, maybe like once by accident through the years. Never they stepped on it, right? But now that this deer has been spotted, people are hunting there. They're destroying the forest, stepping on sacred ground, doing all kinds of stuff that the people actually agree with not doing. So the druids get pissed off. So what do? They put the hunters, in prison. So when druids need a prison, they don't get like Alcatraz or something. They have an enchanted forest that they lure you in and then close off and you never get out. That is the premise of Escape from Undergarden. I might have butchered it. So Joshua, I'm sorry, but that's the simplification that I'm going with and I like it. So that is Escape from Undergarden, and the game actually starts with this section. This is the whole first section of the first chapter, as I understand it, of the book Escape from Undergarden, Undergarden that you're just getting for free. And chapter 1 is called The Missing Sister, and that is basically what it is. A woman hunter does a yearly hunting trip. She went out into the forest and never came back, and her sister, who is this really cool bit of NPC, she did some divination magic, and it is really hard to penetrate the enchanted forest with because it sits on a demi-plane. It is really hard to penetrate that forest with divination magic. So all that she figured out was, my sister is held in an enchanted forest somewhere. So that is the basic premise, and she's like, go and get my sister, and it's just up to the characters to get inside, to actually find the enchanted forest, get inside the enchanted forest through means of rough brute force, through means of stealth, maybe some deception going on. There's always, with Joshua Parry, there's always different paths in order to take to achieve something, and then they might walk in there and not realize it's really hard to get out of, and then you get like this the adventure promises like this puzzle-solving stuff going on in order to get out of the Undergarden. For example, there's 4 keys that you need to find, and there's this clock that you need to do something with, which I don't exactly know, but it all feels like a combination between like The Legend of Zelda and Joshua Parry. That's basically what it feels like. And that is the PDF. It is all completely mapped out. There's, for example, the village of Tharol. Tharol is a village, like the main village with all stars and everything. And as you can see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish things going on in that village. And Joshua just does a really good job in, like, there's an inn always. There is the locals. There is the, like, everything that that might interest you as a player, and you can have like 1 or maybe even 2 role-playing sessions just in this PDF, in this preview PDF alone. But more importantly, you can get a feeling of how it's written, how well done the art is, and just back it for yourself, get it, run it, and probably have your players die inside of an enchanted forest. And that is it. Another adventure by Joshua Parry that is almost nearly finished. And that is it. Another adventure by Joshua Parry that is almost nearly finished, and it is ready to go out to backers pretty soon after succeeding on a Kickstarter campaign. It looks incredibly beautiful. It looks well written. It looks well designed. It looks well laid out. And it looks well everything because of Joshua Parry. Until next video, bye-bye.